Hey, what's up YouTube, and welcome back to my channel, The Scorpion Effect. If you are new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome. I want to welcome and thank all of my new subscribers along with my day one subscribers. So today we will be doing a Gemini reading, love reading for the month of November. But remember, Gemini, these readings are timeless. I've already shuffled the cards. Oh, they want to pop out. Oh, this came so funny. This came out again. Okay, this was meant to come out. So Gemini, you are not, you're thinking about walking away if you haven't already, but you're not nurturing a situation right now. You're in your head a lot about this. You no longer want to give. You're being very selfish and stingy right now with your time, with your energy. And this wanted to come out because it popped out earlier too. You could feel like a unhealthy obsession or attachment to this person, even though you're not giving much to them right now in your feelings. You feel your feelings are still heavily tied up here. You could be obsessing about this a little bit. You could be in your head about this a little bit. You could be craving the intimacy here, the sex with them. You could be drinking a lot too here, Gemini. Whatever your substance is, okay, whatever tickles your fancy. But this relationship has felt like a burden. You feel like you've been doing most of the Queen of Pentacles here, and this is why you don't want to give to it. Even though you're still sexually attracted, you're still attached here. Your feelings are still attached here. You felt overwhelmed in this relationship. You felt a lot of responsibility. For some of you all, you could have a family together and you've been taking on the heavy loads here with the family, doing everything, all of the stuff for the kids, all of the stuff for the family here. Oh, you felt like this was a burden though. You felt overwhelmed by this. You don't want to work on this anymore. You are not giving into this. Someone could have cheated here. This person could have cheated. This could have been infidelity. Now, for some of you, they could have already moved on or something like that, but have a new boyfriend, have a new girlfriend, have a new spouse or something like that. But you no longer want to work on this because you don't see the benefits of, you don't, what am I getting here is what you're saying. Sexually is good. Yeah, I do like some of the toxic, you enjoy some of the toxic ways here, Gemini. But Geminis don't mind a little toxicity here as long as it's a good balance. You know, I know that about Gemini. I have a lot of Geminis in my family. I have a baby sister who is a Gemini as well, and she's technically not the baby anymore. I have a little sister, and she likes being toxic, but you still feel attached to them. You could be drinking to cope with the situation or smoking or whatever it is that you do, but you don't want to work on it because you feel like you're not getting anything out of this. And you feel like your person is putting in half-ass work. So why would I put in 100 and they're only putting in 40%, 50%? I don't even feel like they're putting 50%. We'll do some clarifying, but okay, so they're not given to this either. They could have checked out here. I feel like financially they don't make the best decisions here. They could overspend. They could have an addiction. I mean, not addiction. Well, yeah, it could be an addiction to gambling here. This person could have been cheating. They could have been spending money on ex-workers, or like a mistress or someone they were cheating with. But right now, mentally, they're still playing the victim. They're not taking any ownership here. What's funny is you two are kind of mirroring each other because the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, they have similar energy. They're both nurturing. They're both abundant. They're both about their business. In reverse, they're similar but a little different. In the reverse with the Queen of Pentacles, that is immediately I'm not nurturing this situation anymore. I'm going to be stingy. And this one is reckless. So those two, this one is more guarded. This one is more reckless, if that makes sense, in the reverse. Now, depending on what it's paired with, but we're gonna clarify. They are mentally still, not mentally, their emotions are still tied up to this, though. They are still bound by this. They're still feeling attached as well. They feel, I'm kind of hearing like, I've invested so much, you know, am I really ready to walk away? We have a lot invested here. For some of you, I feel like this is a family dynamic. I don't know why. Like you all could be married or live together or something like that. But this person was reckless in the past. They haven't been honest. They're also very manipulative here. They've been holding back. They have not been expressing themselves. They are cold as well. Very cold-hearted here. Very selfish. So you felt overwhelmed in this because this person, they have main character energy with this. You could be dealing with a Capricorn person. Could be dealing with an earth sign person. Well, Capricorn is earth. Also have fire here as well. I have Leo energy. I have Sag energy. I have Virgo energy here. They're in their head about it. They want more peace. They want to be more grounded. They know you don't see them in a positive way. They're trying to collect their thoughts and their feelings and really think about what went wrong here. They could be replaying situations in their mind, what they could have done differently, but they are seeking peace right now. So when you all come together, if they come, oh, this wants to pop out. So, this person could have a hard time balancing in general. Maybe they have a lot on their plate or they're a big procrastinator here. They could have like ADD or ADHD as well. They could have like some mental stuff going on. But this person isn't good with time management, I'm hearing. And they didn't know how to balance this relationship. Like you did not come first or second or third here, Gemini. Yeah, see, you aren't nurturing this anymore. You've been fighting with this for a while and you're tired of the fighting as well. But also, Gemini, you're going to put up a fight. You're not going to allow this person to gaslight you into thinking that they have been there when they haven't. I feel like if you all have a conversation, it's like, I have been there. You don't count the little things, or you don't count the things that I do, but I feel like the things that they do are just bare minimum. And you want more. You want more. You're not willing to offer all of your heart and your feelings right now. I feel like right now, if you all come back together, it's just purely for the sexual needs or whatever it is that you all share together that's addicting. You know, it doesn't always have to be sex, but if you take this person back, it'll be baby steps. Like you're not giving a lot. You're not showing a lot here. When they show up, I feel like you're still going to kind of give them breadcrumbs, as you should. You're still not going to be fully open with your heart here, but you're not 100% willing to walk away so far. That devil energy still has you in a chokehold here, Gemini. That's what you're going to have to overcome here. And Spirit is saying to do some self-love here. Do some shadow work here. Look within to see why this devil energy has you on a chokehold. What is missing in your life? What void are you trying to fill with this person? Because if it's sex and drinking or substance, that's not a healthy way to cope. That's not a healthy way. I feel like this person is kind of a distraction for you. That's for some of you, maybe not all of you. I don't know if you all know this song. I don't know why this song always pops up in my mind, but it's by JoJo. And I think this is the second or third time this song has popped up in my mind during a reading on YouTube. I don't know why, but it just does. So I don't know who watches my channel, who this is for, but it's an old song. And she's like, get out right now. It's the end of you and me. And she's like, yeah, so I hear that. I just keep hearing the get out right now. So you want somebody gone, Gemini. You want somebody gone, okay? So in the past, you were determined to make this work. You were determined to make this work. You weren't looking at any other options. Like, you wanted this person. This is what you wanted. You could have had some rose-colored glasses on here too, as well, Gemini. You may not have seen things for what they truly were, which we never do until we take a step back, right? This came out in the reverse. So you're still going to have a hard time moving on from this situation. I feel like even if you're not reaching out to this person, even if you're only having sex with this person or whatever it is, you're still going to go back and forth about moving on. I don't feel like you're going to put that much work in it, though. I feel like this could turn into like a situationship or like a sneaky link or friends with benefits or something here, but you're not fully ready to walk away. You go back and forth with it, Gemini. You're not solid in your decisions here. You're wrestling with it. You're fighting with it. But you know you cannot show up the same way before. You know that. You feel it. You feel played. You feel like they've been playing with you. And right now they're not given to it. They're being reckless here because they're on guard. They're on guard because you aren't letting them back so easily. You are putting up a fight. They're like, why have you changed so much? I need you to go back to being your sweet, nurturing self. And you're like, no, you don't deserve the sweet, nurturing me. You don't deserve shit. And you're arguing with this person, and they're on the defense now. They're on the defense. They're arguing back. I feel like this person doesn't want to let you go because they don't want anybody else to have you here. They're stuck on you, but they're not really ready to make a real true commitment. They are disappointed in how they showed up or the lack of action here. They do wish they could have been more open with their feelings here. They know that they caused a lot of the problems here. They know they weren't vulnerable enough. They know they weren't giving enough, nurturing enough. They've been in their head. This person can be really cold towards you and go distant out of nowhere, Gemini. And, oh, sorry, if you all hear my stomach, you probably do because the mic is right here. I'm like snacking on this protein oatmeal I made, and it's really good. But oatmeal is so thick, I gotta like work my way through it. So, yeah, they are having regrets. They do regret not expressing themselves. They do regret not giving more to this. They are hurting over it. And I do feel like the empty sex and the empty partnership, people they're meeting, is an empty feeling at the end of the day. At the end of the day. They are disappointed that they let you down. I don't feel like this person has been vulnerable in a very long time. They're so used to being guarded. This is comfortable for them. This Nine of Wands energy is comfortable for them. Expressing their feelings is not comfortable for them because they're using too much of their head with their heart. They're taking their head with them, and they're like closing the heart off. It's like they got the heart in the back reading a book somewhere where the head is just leading. And I feel like they've been operating like that for so long that now that they need to show up with emotions, they're still stuck. Like, this person needs some therapy. So they still weren't giving enough. I feel like when it was time for you to, when you told them, hey, I need this, I need that, they would come with little offerings, little dates here and there. But as soon as it starts. This is kind of like, let me just do something to shut her up or shut him up. It's like, let me make this offer. They could have done something small, like, if you all live separately, they could have been like, oh, here's a key to my place, even though to some people that's not small. But depending on how long you've been together, that could be small. But this is small gestures, small offerings, still doing the bare minimum here. They could be younger than you, or they could just be immature here. Let's see. So the challenge in this connection is there's not an equal give and take. It's not enough balance here in communication. It's too much arguing. There's too much arguing. There's too much unspoken feelings. Someone on both sides. I feel like even though Gemini, you may come up as nurturing or do nurturing things, you hold back in your feelings as well. There's just too much confusion and chaos, and there's obsession here as well. So the challenge is, it's not enough give and take. It's not enough balance in this relationship. It's not enough. Okay, let's do some oracle. Let's get some oracle. I do want to, before we do the oracle, let me just see something real quick. Okay, Gemini, for your money, watch your spending. Watch your spending. So this holiday season, if you can't afford to get all the latest and greatest, don't. Get what you can get. Be smart about your money. And Spirit is telling you to nurture your family, okay? Now, for some of you, that could be a death in the family, or could have been a death in the family, but nurture your family. Your home life right now needs love and support from you, okay? If you live alone, clean your home, tend to your plants, your pets, whatever. Give back to your home, okay? And Spirit is saying to watch your spending. Right now, it's time to save, Gemini. It's not time to spend. And Gemini, you will have new love coming to you, but you have to have an open heart, Gemini. You have to do some healing as well here. If you want new love, you have to start attracting people by how you show up as well, okay? If you want people to show up healthy, you have to show up healthy, you know? You want them to stop playing games, you have to stop playing games here. Not to be lectury, but those are the messages. Remember, to watch your spending, okay? And also, if you've been having some back problems, okay, do some stretching. Some of you need to do stretching. You need to drink more water, okay? Something about milk and hot chocolate. Lay off on the milkshakes, the hot chocolate, the milk, or something like that. If you know you're lactose, Spirit is saying you need to watch your milk intake, or milkshakes or something like that. That was odd. I don't know who needs to hear that. So, like I said, there is a family here. You all could be a married couple. There is foundation here, and this is why you have been fighting with this, and this is why it is hard for you to let this go here, Gemini, because you all do have a lot to lose. You have a lot to lose. You felt abandoned in this. Your feelings were not validated in here. Remember I said this person felt cold? This person felt cold. In turn, I feel like you went cold. In turn, I felt like you had to, it's probably why you start being toxic too, giving them the blues because of how they've been treating you. So they always had you feeling empty, and you felt bored in this connection. They weren't offering much. They weren't doing much. They were depending on you to show up and do the heavy lifting here. You feel like this person is very superficial too. Like the things that they do offer is not what you want. You want something more in depth. You want something more valuable here and vulnerable. You want real vulnerability. See, you're still fantasizing about what used to be, coulda, shoulda, woulda been. This is why it's hard for you to let it go here, which is understandable. When you've been with somebody for a certain amount of time, or if you establish feelings, it is hard to let them go. But you're still fantasizing. You still have that devil card energy here, which is preventing you from walking away. But I don't feel like, even if you get back with this person, I feel like you're just going to keep it at like a situationship or friends with benefits. I don't feel like you're going to go back into this with your full heart here. I feel like you're coming in as someone different, a little bit more savage here. They find you beautiful, charming, graceful, kind-hearted. So they're on the defense, and they're worried because they know that they had something special here with you. They had something very special here with you. I might have to move my mic. My stomach is still growling. I had my gallbladder removed about 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago. And so after that, I just can't eat like in one setting a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so they still want this. They're hoping that maybe after some, time, and maybe once some healing has happened, that one day, someday, somewhere, another time, you will get back together. So they're still disappointed in how they showed up, or the lack of. I keep hearing lack. They didn't show up. But they are hoping that one day you all will get back together and they can have a second chance. So they wanted only you, but they don't have a lot to offer, because look how they were showing up. They were showing up as the King of Swords in reverse. Someone not willing to communicate properly. Someone who wants to gaslight. Someone who wants to do their own thing. This is, I'm going to do what I want when I want to do it. Most of the kings in reverse, that is an emperor in reverse, that is, I'm going to do what I want when I want to do it. Kings in reverse is rigid energy. Okay, very rigid. Because you got to think they're kings. So they're already mature. They've already experienced a lot of life, right? So when they're in the reverse, it's very intentional. It's very intentional. And it's usually a control and rigidity. I can't even say the word right now. And being rigid. So I do feel like you have this person's feelings. I do feel like you have this person's heart. They do crave you. You both have that devil card energy for each other, but I don't know if they're ready to give to this the way they're supposed to, Gemini. And look, what did I say? After some healing, so they need some self-growth here, and they know it. They know they have to show up differently because they're juggling too much. They're not prioritizing you or other things in their life that they need to prioritize. I feel like they are focused on the wrong things here, and they're mismanaging their time. Okay, so if they know they need to get up an hour earlier to get something done, they won't. They'll wait till the last minute here. But they are trying to look within here and do some soul searching here, which is good. Ooh. Mutual energy. So you both are avoiding each other right now. Maybe you just don't have the words right now. Maybe you're just so drained, you don't have the words right now. I do feel like the energy is drained from a lot of fighting. There could have been third-party influences. They could have been cheating, like I said. They could have attachments elsewhere. They could have had family and friends in this as well. But I'm also hearing that this, if they cheated on you, they could have had some pillow talk or something like that. And I don't even have those kind of readings. I try to avoid those like cheating readings unless it's like really in my face in these cards. I don't want the readings to be like super toxic. So, and I don't read these in reverse. So they are going to want a new beginning, but they're not ready until they do some soul searching here. They are attached to you. You're attached to them. When they come in, they could be love bombing a little bit too. They could be getting some karma right now. So chasing, pursuing, being toxic and resilient. So they could be very persistent to talk to you when they do come in. They are learning some lessons here. They realize that they can't just show up any kind of way. They realize that their actions has consequences here, Gemini. Well, those are the messages I have for you today, Gemini. I wish it could have been more positive. Please let me know in the comments if this resonated for you. And don't forget to subscribe if you're feeling my vibe, and like this video so we can get it out in the algorithm. And until your next reading, you all take care. And